So the other day I was watching a Samurai Guitarist video. It's a great video, you should check it out. It's one of those kind of like try not to cringe at these recordings videos. But he did something really special in that, and he played one of his old recordings and he couldn't not cringe at it, but then also showed some of his newer stuff and talked about progression and how it's possible to always get better. And while watching that, my wife looked over and was like, that's an interesting idea, your worst recording. And probably the first, like, literally 400 recordings or something I did are just gone. You know, those tapes are gone, they disappeared. But I had to think about what my worst was, and it was this song, Be Yourself, that I recorded. I know it's so corny. And like literally, I mean, it was over 30 years ago. But the lyrics were literally like, what would mommy knew if she knew you drank? You know, it's really edgelord high school stuff. And this was recorded obviously in the 90s on cassette deck, and I was like, that was my cringiest recording. So I'm going to use my 4-track and I'm going to basically recreate that, but I'm not going to try the really bad Cookie Monster vocals that I had in the original version. I'm going to have some fun with it and see if I can resurrect that. And in keeping with the spirit of the old stuff, I'm going to use a single mic for this the way I would have back in the day. Use what it is that I have around in this space right now. So I'm going to play an orange Micro Terror through the small Vox cabs, which I love. I use this all the time, but it's not enough drive, so I'm going to throw something in front of it. Now, my fuzz pedal and my overdrive pedal are not in my studio right now, so I'm just going to put a soul food in front of it and see if I can get something out of it. Now, when I did this, the moment, I'm not joking, this thing was feeding back before I even played a note, but it was pretty gnarly once I finally did it. So what was the point of doing this? First of all, it was fun. Second of all, I learned some fun stuff. I was fully expecting the digital mix to be way better than what came out of the tape deck, but I can't say that that was true. A couple other things is, you know, using the equipment that is available to you is really important. I was not sure what I was going to get out of the soul food, and I'm going to do a review of that pedal and a giveaway of that exact pedal next week, but I wasn't expecting that pedal through that amp to be able to sound so good. It was barely turned up, and it was feeling really good. The equipment that you've got, using it in a way that you weren't expecting to use it, can really it can really be inspiring sometimes. It can be really fun, and that fun can come across in the recording. Just also really quickly, the bass was direct into the 4-track, and then I added an amp sim in the digital version, but I didn't really miss it in the tape mix. Like, it still sounded really full, and I'm not quite sure what that was all about, but I honestly, when I first put the amp sim on in the digital version, I was like, oh, that sounds so much better. I can't wait to hear this. And it just didn't really make that much of a difference in the recording. I was really surprised by that. But yeah, this was really, really fun. I'm probably going to do more stuff like this. I got the studio set up to be able to do more experiments like this. I'm going to continue to do kind of transition away from doing mostly lessons into more gear review stuff, more like love of the guitar stuff. So make sure you like and subscribe if that sounds interesting to you. Like I said, I'm going to do a review of that soul food pedal very soon. So there's a link in the description to my Patreon. Every month I do a gear review and I do a giveaway of one of my pedals, and that's going to be this month. So Check out the Patreon. The link is in the description. And I'll see you around. Keep jamming out there. Cheers.